All this stuff is so silly. It's so cynical. We don't have to lean into it. Another Aura segment just dropped. Hasan Piker, the Dems' new power player. "11 minutes and 50 seconds. That's crazy. Yeah, Shadi Hamid. This is why the most pro-Israel people demonize people like Abdul al-Sayed and Zohar Mamdani, or even Muslims like myself who still support a two-state solution. This helps explain why anti-Muslim sentiment is par for the course in the Republican Party. Good on Robert Kagan to highlight the role of Islamophobia. This has been broadly true in my experience. Pro-Israel hardliners are often the most anti-Islam. They see the very presence of Muslims in public life as a threat to U.S. support for Israel. That's literally it. Takaro, why have recent U.S. administrations utterly failed to restrain Israel despite the fact that the U.S. has considerable leverage? There are multiple elements to the answer. One, obviously, is the role of Jews in influencing American policy, says Robert Kagan, which is a reality, just the way the Irish, Italians, or Greeks have influenced American policy. The other thing is America's broadly Islamophobic, so any element of Islam is a friend of ours for many Americans. I think Islamophobia is a reality in the United States, and Israel is supposed to be the bulwark against Islam. That's unfortunate. My view is that we should not have a foreign policy based on Islamophobia. We should be able to have perfectly good relations with Islamic countries and with Islam itself. This is Robert Kagan saying this, okay? The godfather of American neoconservatism. What are we doing? I'm losing my mind. Democrats, under no circumstances, should be outflanking Robert Kagan. Robert Kagan joined DSA. It's crazy, man. It's like Satan himself. It's like Satan himself coming out and being like, all right, guys, I think we got to dial it back a little bit. Okay, we're getting a little crazy here. Anyway, is he bread and roses or groundwork? Robert Kagan is not groundwork, dude. Robert Kagan for DSA Right. A DSA Right caucus. Fox News graphic on you today? What the fuck is this? What is Sayedistan, Mamdanagrad, Hongdistan? No, it's the Hong Dynasty. The Hong Dynasty. Sayedigrad is funny. We are so close. We are moments away from a Trump mention at this point, folks. It's coming. I can feel it in my fucking bones, dude. I don't know if you watched El Sayed's MS Now interview from yesterday, but your misconstrued comments about the craven Islamophobia on the consultancy class are being used as a cudgel, and El Sayed is forced to change the subject. You're an important figure right now. You should be careful in how you phrase things on the campaign trail. Sad but true, in my opinion. Yes, you're right. I will stop saying objectively true things because people will misconstrue them. You're right. My apologies, guys. Or here's the other thing that we could do instead. Which is to be, to have the moral clarity and to say the truth no matter what the cost is. That's how we arrived at the position that we arrived at so far. And I'm going to continue saying the truth. The reality of the matter is that that statement is mostly being weaponized because of the vibe, because of the energy, because I was angry. I was truly angry. I'm a Muslim American at the end of the day. I'm white, but it's very clear that there are a lot of people who don't perceive me as such, right? It's very clear that a lot of people are using that background to attack me and attack other Muslim Americans who are running for office. And it's very fucking annoying to have to go through these motions every goddamn day. There's gonna be instances where I say, enough. This is a reality that I think many light skin. Yeah, I'm light skin like Drake. Light skin Muslim like Drake. No, but it's a moment of weakness, certainly. But of course I'm upset. And And I think people should be a little bit more understanding of why, you know? Like, there's no other, I'm a human being, man. I'm a human being. There's only so much of this shit that I can put up with before I go, come on, guys, what the fuck are we doing? And it's crazy because, like, there's no other group. There's no other community. We spend so much time. Talking about anti-Semitism. Never about Islamophobia. What the fuck is that, man? What is going on? Anti-Semitism is still institutionally not allowed, okay? There's no institutional permissibility for anti-Semitism. That's a good thing. We should have that for all intolerances and all bigotries. The unfortunate consequences, or not a consequence, but the unfortunate reality, rather, is that Islamophobia, on the other hand, is not only institutionally permissible, it's institutionally promotional. Like, it is not only allowed, but it's actually actively fomented by these institutions. It's totally fucked up. And I rarely talk about it. I rarely bring it up because I know the moment that you bring it up, everybody goes, oh, here we go again. Oh, your prophet was a pedophile. Here we go again. You're a goat fucker. Shut the fuck up. Immediately, people, shove those words back down my throat by doing more Islamophobia. And it's very fucking annoying. I mean, look at the replies on any tweet, dude. Look at the replies on anything that I ever say. Yeah, you will get, you're a terrorist, no matter what. But my argument isn't about the Republicans doing this, because I expect the Republicans to do this, right? My argument is about liberals leaning into it because they think it's a good way to take care of a nuisance, a threat that they perceive to their left flank, a media platform that I have that they are worried about. It's very clear they're worried about it because I think they give me a lot more relevance than I actually have. They think like this is the headquarters of the American left movement. That's not the case. It's not the case. This is a movement. I'm one person. I'm just fortunate enough to be here, right place, right time, and play somewhat of an active role in this movement that is far larger than me, a movement that actually leans into the populist rage that many Americans feel, a populist rage that they feel whether I exist or not. Okay? But it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating that they think like, oh yeah, in this day and age right now when Republican fascism is running amok, when we have the most corrupt administration of all time, you still have a lot of liberals who are like, you know who my real enemy is? Hasan Piker. You know who my real enemy is? The Democratic Socialists of America. You know who our real enemy is? It's like, no, dude. No. We are not your enemy. If you think right now in this moment in time that the left is your enemy, then you're a Republican. Then you are a fascist collaborator. And that is something that we're going to be talking about right now. Because so much of the discourse is damn near identical, coming from Searchlight Institute to Third Way. Third Way is now spending $15 million. $15 million attacking the left. In this day and age, right now, in this moment, you think that's a good use of resources? You're out of your fucking mind. Nick Field had a take on this, by the way. If El Sayed disavowed Piker now, wouldn't that be the one way to guarantee Piker is the top topic through November, as El Sayed is constantly asked about why he flip-flopped? That's exactly what would happen. Voters who are naturally skeptical of the left, as one Michigan Democrat suggested, El Sayed asked for help from state leaders who have trust and credibility in those communities. And just about every Democrat I spoke to agreed that El Sayed should disavow far-left streamer Hasan Piker, a campaign surrogate who once claimed America deserved 9/11, if he is to have any chance of overcoming the incoming tsunami of Republican attacks. Yeah, dude. Republicans are going to stop calling him Abdul Rahman Mohammed El Sayed and responsible for 9/11 if he comes out and says, yeah, I hate this Hasan Piker guy who played a role in youth turnout in this campaign where we overcame $70 million in attack ads and APAC expenditure. Okay? RNC Research just watches our VODs. At some point. Yeah. Hasan Piker, campaign spokesman for Abdul Sayed. I'm not a campaign spokesman for Abdul Sayed. Thinks that bringing up his comments saying America deserved 9/11 is racist and being weaponized to make Muslims look bad is true. Is 100% correct. That is exactly what's going on. I mean, that's literally, yes. Real and true. Something that I apologized for in 2019. Why the fuck are you consistently hammering it on, especially when that's not my position at all? RNC intern, Fox intern, how many interns are in this chat? They're all in here. Also, the efficacy of those kinds of attacks are almost never dependent on the response by the candidate. It's just about the claim itself. Abdul Sayed already having associated with you is all the damage they need to stick to him. It is quite literally zero benefit to him and in fact only a detriment to disavow and distance you. Yes, but also, here's the other side of the story. There is a silver lining here that many liberals cannot comprehend. And even Republicans are actually engaging in this trap, right? Like they're actually centering someone like myself as the centerpiece of this campaign. Every moment that you waste time attacking me is a moment where, one, you're not attacking the policies or how Abdul's going to be bad for Michigan or anything like that. You're just talking about a fucking Twitch streamer. No real American living in a rural town in Michigan, no real American in a Michigan suburb is losing sleep over a Twitch streamer. They're losing sleep over affordability. They're losing sleep over whether or not they will be able to pay their mortgage. They're losing sleep over the inflation crisis. They're losing sleep over the fact that their children are worse off than they were. That's what they care about. And if someone is addressing those issues, who gives a fuck if the other side is constantly going, oh, well, Abdul al-Sayed is transgender. He's a transgender Antifa terrorist, and also he did 9/11. Guys, 9/11. Motherfucker, it's 2026 in Michigan. You know what I mean? Someone actually brought up a really interesting point. They said this would be like someone from this community not liking Abdul al-Sayed anymore because Too Raw, Too Real endorsed him. Exactly. You're forgetting how much the consultants get an easy paycheck if they point to you, though. My own county commissioners have retweeted hate shit about you because of the consultation group that they follow. Yeah. What is this? For your information, if you wanted to cover this, Carlson names debt, war, institutional lying. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. What is this? No one is sitting around like I was worried about Abdullah Sayed plus Hasan, but he disavowed him, so now I'm happy. Like, who is that for? Exactly. Who's going to turn around and be like, well, I think every Muslim did 9/11 and loves 9/11 and will do it again. But now that Abdullah Sayed, who I also think is in love with 9/11, wants to hug and kiss 9/11, has disavowed Hasan Piker. So now I think he's fine. Now I don't think he's actually responsible for 9/11. They're not going to say that. They're just going to turn around and be like, well, why did you fucking campaign with him? And why are you flip-flopping now? Are you practicing Islamic taqiyya? Are you lying to the Americans about your affiliations with 9/11? It seems like you love 9/11 still. That's what's going to happen. You all of a sudden take ownership over it for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? There's one guy, I guess Jonathan Greenblatt would like it because, you know, he's just more so primarily invested in making sure that I just don't have any influence. It's not going to change anything, even if Abdul came out and was like, I hate Hasan Piker. Like, even if Abdul came out and was like, I hate Hasan Piker because he loves 9/11, fuck that guy. Jonathan Greenblatt would be the only person who's like, oh, thank God you said it. I still hate you because of your takes on Israel. right? Next month, it's going to be a rerun. They're blowing their load already. Republicans are stupid and waste money on these dumb ads. Mamdani's going to get brought into it during the ceremony next month, and everyone will know what's what. Exactly. Every interviewer to Abdul El-Sayed.
You're Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, correct?
Yes.
Now that you've been made the senator, what do you plan to do for Israel?
Well, I'm now the senator of Michigan, so I want to focus on building better schools in Michigan for the children of Michigan.
Now, if a vote needed to get passed to send money to Israel, what would you do? They need us now more than ever.
Again, my focus is on improving the living situation around Michigan. I think our tax dollars in the U.S. should be within the U.S. and not sent to foreign countries when we have people struggling here.
Wrong answer. So if Israel ran out of weapons and we needed to send them more money for
I'm
weapons...
not sure why all the questions about these other countries when, once again, I am the senator for Michigan. So I want to help not only the United States as a whole, but Michigan. So no, I want my tax dollars to stay in Michigan.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Tell us right now how hard you're going to go for Israel. Who gives a shit about Michigan? Talk to us about Israel.
Let's say Iran has a new nuke next week. Would that change your mind at all? Or do you still hate Israel?
I don't believe in funding foreign wars, again, when American citizens are facing their own struggles today and our tax dollars, their tax dollars, should be spent on improving their own situations.
So what you're saying is that you're a terrorist that won't help Israel.
How does that make me a terrorist?
It's the way your name is pronounced and you're Muslim.
It's just a name.
And you identify as a Muslim?
I am.
So basically you want Sharia law and to open all the borders.
I didn't say any of that.
So you hate Christians, you hate Christmas and Thanksgiving, and you think our tax dollars should fund Iran.
No, I believe tax dollars should be spent in the United States.
He wants Shakira law. Clear. It's clear to me.